What's going on, guys? It's Jerome, and about a week ago, shout out Bobby Smurda, I asked you guys which shoe I should performance review next between the KD9, the Clutch Fit Drive 3, and the Rose 7. So I went back to that video, I scrolled through the comment section. It was a pretty close race, but the most requested shoe was the Rose 7, so I went down to Adidas SF and I picked up the Solar Red Primeknit colorway. I know you guys are anxious to know what I think about the Rose 7, so now that I finally have them in hand, let's take a closer look. So the first thing I noticed when I picked up the Rose 7 was the Primeknit. I was expecting a much more rigid, stiff version of Primeknit on the Rose 7, but to my surprise, the upper is pretty soft and feels real nice to the touch. These should be pretty comfortable when you're moving around playing in these. Now they're not as soft as the upper on the Crazy Explosive, but nothing really is. As you can see from these examples, the Crazy Explosive uses a much more open weave, which makes it super soft and stretchy, and the Rose 7 uses a tighter weave, which adds more structure and support, plus a little bit more durability. It's still a woven material, so it's not gonna be as durable as Fuse, but there are some Fuse overlays in high wear areas just to protect the upper from ripping or tearing. But again, that tight weave makes the Rose 7 upper more durable than the Crazy Explosive, but again, not the most durable material on the market today. There are these wing overlays that are made to look like tumbled leather, but it's not tumbled leather, it's just a synthetic, and it's actually backed by straight plastic. I'm not a fan of it. Feels pretty stiff and cheap. This shoe costs $160. I think they could have gave us real leather. It would have been a nice throwback to the sneakers in the 90s because, you know, they used to use real materials like that, but that's not the case. These wings will give you a better lockdown fit in the ankle area. Speaking of fit, these are a size 10. My normal size is a 10.5, and these still have a little bit of dead space in the toe box area. That is something that I prefer, but if you like your toes right up against the front of the shoe, you're gonna have to really try these on to find the right size. They are pretty narrow in the midfoot, as to be expected because I did go down half a size. Hopefully the midfoot breaks in after I'm done playing with them, but as they sit right now, they're pretty narrow in the midfoot, and there's a little bit of dead space in the forefoot. They fit pretty good to me, but I did have to go down half a size. One thing I noticed is that the heel is in a concave-like shape, and that coupled with the heavy padding in the inner lining should give you a pretty good fit in this area. I'd be pretty surprised if I experienced any heel slippage with the Rose 7. There's also an external heel cup which will keep your foot from shifting side to side, remaining on the foot bed, making sure you get the most out of that Boost cushion setup. And I know what you guys are thinking, yo, is the Boost more like the Crazy Explosive or like the Crazy Light 2016? And the answer, more like the Crazy Light 2016. Now, I've heard people say that the Boost in the Rose 7 is more exposed and how that will make you feel the Boost more than you would in the Crazy Explosive. I don't know who's telling you guys this, but it's just not the case. Yes, both models use Boost foam, but the Boost in the Crazy Explosive is much more different than the Boost in the Rose 7 and Crazy Light Boost 2016. Just because it's more exposed in the Crazy Light 2016 and Rose 7 does not mean you're gonna feel the Boost a lot more. It's pretty clear that the Boost foam is more firm in the Rose 7 than the Crazy Explosive. It doesn't matter if it's more exposed. You dig? Now for the traction, I've heard nothing but good things, but I've also heard that it's not very durable. And this is very true. The rubber compound is extremely pliable, which means you're gonna get great traction indoors, but as soon as you take them outdoors, the outsole is going to wear out very quickly, which is a bummer because to me, the Rose 7's upper is the most durable between the Crazy Explosive and Crazy Light Boost 2016. So while the upper is the most durable, the traction is certainly not. And if you use these for outdoor use, which I wouldn't recommend, the traction is going to wear down faster than you could say, oh my gosh. Now the last thing I want to talk about is the padding in the collar area. It's not as soft as the padding in the Crazy Explosive. It's a little bit more firm, but as you go deeper inside the shoe, the padding definitely gets softer, so it's gonna be very nice. And if you wear an ankle brace, this is kind of like GeoFit. I don't see any GeoFit branding here. I don't know why, it looks the same to me. But again, if you wear an ankle brace, the Rose 7 collar area should accommodate you no problem. As for the Rose 7 aesthetically, I dig how they look, but I just wish those wing overlays were made out of something real and not just straight plastic. I'm loving the Adidas 3 stripes placement there on the forefoot. I love the D Rose logo on the tongue. You can also find his signature in the heel area. Again, aesthetically, I think the Rose 7 is definitely a winner. I will be doing a performance review on this model, so give it about a week or two. I really like to play in my sneakers so I could give you guys a fair assessment. But if you cannot wait for that performance review and you have a question right now, let me know in the comment section below. I will answer any of your questions. You got my word. Other than that, here's your close look at the Rose 7. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you not? My name's Darren. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. These look a lot better in person than they do in photos. I'm not saying it's a banger, a fantastic, knock it out of the ballpark design by any means. I'm just saying it's bouncy, it's explosive, and it has that boost feel that was lacking in the Crazy Light 2016. So if you like the D Rose 6 cushion setup, you're gonna love the Crazy Explosive, because these felt about 15 to 20% boostier